What made you never touch a game again? I taught my little brother, Maui, how to play Counter-Strike the same day our parents bought him his first gaming PC for his 13th birthday. From that moment on, every afternoon, he'd wait by the front door just to game with me, as if playing together could drown out the silence of an empty house while our parents worked double shifts. Maui was the kind of kid who sat alone at lunch, never got invited anywhere. But when he was online, he lit up. After our first local tournament win, he hugged me with tears in his eyes and whispered, "We're gonna make it, right? Promise me." I was proud. Over the summer, he practically lived in his room, only coming out to use the bathroom. Mom would bring him plates of food and smile, ruffling his hair, calling him my little pro gamer. Then one day I knocked on his door to offer him pizza and got no response. I cracked it open and froze. He was hunched over in his chair, headset on, surrounded by rows of Gatorade bottles, filled with dark yellow liquid. I gagged. "Seriously, Maui?" He shrugged without even looking up. Bathroom breaks cost me ranked matches. The Korean pros do it too. Then he pulled up a leaderboard. "Look, I'm ahead of you now." I tried to smile, pretending this obsession meant he was chasing the dream. I set the pizza down in the only clear corner of the room. When I moved out for an IT job, I told myself he'd be fine. He had his games. He had our parents. He'd be okay. But when I visited that fall, I walked into a nightmare. The smell hit me first, sweat and sour mold. Pizza boxes stacked high, swarmed by fruit flies. And Maui? He hadn't showered in weeks. I swear he was still wearing the same shirt from the day I left. Mom met me in the hallway with tears in her eyes. He's turned into a monster. That night, she finally snapped. During one of his ranked games, she unplugged his PC. I heard the sound of glass shattering. Maui had punched through his monitor. "You just ruined my promotion," he screamed. I rushed upstairs and found Mom backed into a wall, gripping the power cord like a lifeline. Maui was towering over her, shaking with fury. It scared me. After that, he installed deadbolts on his door. When I tried to open it just to let in fresh air, he slammed it shut with so much force my fingers barely escaped. "You don't visit enough to have opinions," he snapped from inside. "I'm about to go pro, just like we planned. Or did you forget about our dream?" I left. But guilt sat in my stomach like a brick. 2 weeks later, I returned, hoping maybe if we gamed together again as a family, we could fix something. But when I walked into the house, something felt off. It was dark. No home-cooked meals, no music, just silence, broken only by the frantic clicking of keys and Maui's laughter echoing from upstairs. I called out for Mom and Dad. Nothing. I followed the sound and found Maui not in his room, but our parents' bedroom. His entire setup had been moved there, monitors casting a cold blue glow in the darkness. "Why are you in here?" I asked. He didn't turn around. "My room's under renovation. Don't go in there." His voice was flat, robotic. "Where are Mom and Dad?" I asked again. He just shrugged. "Maybe they left. Like you did." That answer chilled me, and something inside me started to scream that something was very wrong. While Maui focused on his match, I crept down the hall to his old room. The moment I opened the door, a wave of rot and bleach hit me like a wall. It was unmistakable. The smell of death masked by cleaning chemicals. I pushed the door open fully and collapsed. In the corner of the room, bloated and still, were the bodies of my parents. Discolored, decaying. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I fell to my knees, vomiting from the shock. And then, behind me, I heard slow, steady breathing. "I told you not to go in there." Maui stood in the doorway, holding the collectible karambit knife I'd gifted him last Christmas. "They kept trying to take my computer during a tournament. Can you believe that?" His voice was cold, detached. "They said I was sick, tried to send me away." He stepped forward. I stumbled backward, knocking over bottles as I scrambled to get away. I sprinted past him, but he grabbed my shirt and yanked me back. We both crashed into the parents' room. His gaming setup went flying. I grabbed a monitor to steady myself and it toppled over, dragging his tower down with it. "No." Maui dropped the knife and dove after his PC like it was a wounded child. "My rank, my matches. You destroyed everything." He clutched the motherboard, rocking on the floor. Then sparks flickered from a loose cable. It touched his wet fingers, and in an instant, his body seized up. I called 911 with trembling hands as my little brother convulsed on the floor, surrounded by the shattered pieces of everything that had once mattered to him. The paramedics arrived. The house was sealed off in yellow tape. My parents had been dead for over a week. Maui survived, but the electrocution damaged his hands permanently. He's in a psychiatric facility now, unable to even hold a mouse. But every month I get a letter from him. Each one ends the same. "Once my hands heal, we'll finally go pro together. Brothers forever, right?"